Ah, cheguei no lugar pra carregar minha pretinha, que beleza.
What was meant as a warning to Persrak to be on the lookout for hiding precals is actually a good suggestion for the girl. Ducking behind the plant is a great way to escape detection.
Good idea. My battery was running low.
Olha, já carregou sem eu mesmo botar pra carregar.
I don't have room for anything else.
É, não tem espaço.
They won't find me in here. I can't carry anymore.
Remind the girl to walk slowly. Hurried footsteps will attract the attention of the Persrak.
Atenção, conjunto. O cara que me ajudou provavelmente pegou essa roupa aí, ó. Vamos vender minhas tretas. Caraca, eu não votei ainda, é 900, não era? Nossa, por 25, maluco.
Come back anytime.
Uma fita.
I found a cassette.
If you find a cassette player, perhaps you could hear what is on it. I remember seeing an old boombox when we ransacked one of Zager's hideout.
Cara, eu não vou ficar olhando o toca-fita toda hora, mano. Procurando o toca-fita. E quando eu acho, eu também nem penso em usar essas fitas. Enfim, meu objetivo no final das contas não era aqui. Ou é e eu tenho que usar aquilo lá.
My battery was getting low.
Esse aqui tem item.
Good idea. My battery was running low.
Por que mudou a câmera? Ela andou todo esse tempo sem coisa?
I hope they can't see me here.
I've got my post secure.
Susto, eu pensei que tivesse me visto. Ah, ela consegue...
I hope they can't see me here.
Ela consegue ficar aqui, igual como apareceu na mensagem, mano. Aí sim, hein? Bem mal feitinha essa moita, mas se esconde ela mesmo, tá bom. Olha o cara ali embaixo. Oi?
No sign of the pre-cal.
Caraca, eu tenho que mudar a câmera pra olhar ali fora.
No sign of the girl.
Going in for the stick. Got it.
Peguei. Agora o meu pé.
You picked a good place.
Deixa eu olhar aqui o que eu peguei. Droga. Outro disquete?
British humor was hard for me to follow, but thanks to our multicultural workforce here in Metamorphosis, I'm finally able to wrap my head around the minimalist charm of Thomas Was Alone. With themes as universal as friendship and freedom, this spectacular puzzle platformer has broad appeal. Danny Wallace's narration really brings the characters to life, and is a source of inspiration for my future career in voice acting.
Agora tem que roubar o cara de baixo. Oi, Lili. Entra, mãe. Fica na moita, fica na moita. Bem mal feito.
I'll find you.
Ele tem um item, não tem? Pra me roubar?
Let's see what he's carrying.
Me arrisquei demais agora, maluco. Ele deu a volta. Mas roubei o item dele.
Nice.
Nice. Caralho, eu consegui roubar o item do maluco, mano. Nem acredito.
The Stanley Parable is about a man with an extremely boring job who just sits at his computer all day doing the same thing over and over. One day, he looks up from his desk and realizes that he's all alone. This is where the story begins, when the man decides to spice up his life by not doing what he's told. Sounds like a hero to me.
Sou eu na vida, jovem. Você não tá entendendo. Mais ou menos. Ai, cara, vira as costas, vira as costas, vira as costas. Isso.
I've got my post secure.
Eu já roubei ele uma vez, já mexi ali. O cara tá com medo da porta ali abrir. Esse cara me viu, mano.
There's a guard.
Cara, ainda bem que eu não fui, mano. Ainda bem que o boneco voltou. Era pra ter esperado mais um pouco. O jogo tá me dando uma colher de chá, já era pra ter perdido essa parada.
Okay, vent. The screwdriver snapped in half.
Onde eu estou? o objetivo é lá ainda, mano. Onde eu estou nesse exato momento? Não entendi.
I don't have room for anything else.
Caraca, olha quanta coisa pra coletar, maluco!
I guess Zager didn't appreciate the owl gift.
É, coruja, parece uma coruja espiã. Tem uma coisa. Parece não, é uma coruja espiã. Ou na hora que eu tava. Hackei uma câmera lá, eu consegui ver pelo olho da coruja.
Zager was busy designing his own manifesto.
Eu acho que agora tem dinheiro pra comprar paradinha. Habilidade lá.
Sadly, overt fascism continues unchecked in many parts of the world. As a journalist, Zager covered atrocities like this one before he ever snuck inside Metamorphosis. These stories only further fueled his outrage. Not to be outdone by the overseer, our man Zager had printed his own first edition before his untimely death.
Tem um negocinho pra pegar ali.
Holy 1990s. It's an old cardboard standee. Just a nostalgia keepsake from one of the overseer's bookstore signings. I don't know where Zager found this life-sized embarrassment, but it appears he was using it for target practice.
O que aconteceu? Gente, meu jogo travou. Tá com a fita?
I'm not afraid to die. I got no qualms about winding up on the wrong end of a gun.
NTR.
We all go someday. What scares me is what they do to me after I'm dead. You know, maybe they leave my body intact, make an open casket martyr out of me. But that ain't likely. See, I think the chances are that they're gonna cremate me and burn me like a stack of banned books. And then they'll take the propaganda machine out for a victory lap and scatter my ashes like so much confetti in a ticker tape parade. Because who doesn't love a parade, right? Who doesn't love a parade? Well, I don't. Listen,
All's quiet here.
kids, I don't know what Treglazov has in store for you, but whatever he gives you going forward is too little, too late. Because he's already taken the best of you. He's taken your identity. That's what this place does. It's what men like the Overseer do. They remove your right to privacy, and they leave you afraid to speak your mind. Pretty soon, there's no mind left to speak from. And without a point of view, you've got nothing. And you might as well be dead. Well,
Place is quiet.
I'm still alive. And while there's still fire in my heart and a dangerous amount of wild turkey in my veins, I'm going to prepare for my own afterlife. I'm going to write my own obit. I'm going to get out in front of the old man's propaganda machine, and I'm going to stand there like the tank man and unyielding, unmoving, Too often, history is written by bad men. But not my history. Not my history. Not tonight. Tonight, I tell my own story. Even if it kills me.
Cara bebendo, enchendo a cara, falando as paradas. Cara, mas... eu vi uma fita e as outras? São todas iguais?
Oh, God, this collar. Itchy, man. It's got me scratching like a flea-bitten dog in a patch of poison oak. Not to mention, I've got this clicking in my head that I just can't seem to shake. Bet you the overseer probably put a chip in my brain. Now it's malfunctioning. Figured forcing everyone to wear a collar wasn't enough, so he decides to tag us too. I have got
Quiet
an
tonight.
epic case of cabin fever. I think maybe I'm going crazy. Crazier than usual. I gotta get out of here. I tell you, my mind, it's melting. It's dripping out of my ears. It's all this technology, this invisible energy. It's cutting right through me every second of the day. Wi-Fi is killing me, man. It's cutting me down slowly. There's no way to turn my brain off, and no way to keep this guy's gray matter a secret from his prying eyes, because he's psychic.
All's quiet here.
No, don't say that. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. He has 1 billion cameras in this place, that's all. 1 billion cameras, and they're all aimed at me. Better if they were guns. You know, I'd kill myself if I thought it'd keep him from reading my thoughts. But he'd probably just dig up my corpse, plug out my spine, and shove it into some computer. Is that even possible? Can people really do that yet? Oh, God. My only choice is to keep drinking. Just keep drinking until my mind
Everything looks
resembles
good.
an overcooked asparagus. I think I'm halfway there, I think. Every brain cell I drown is one less piece of evidence that bastards thought police could turn against me. Booze is the best degaussing gun.
Caraca, que duração essa fita, hein?
Remember, don't trust me. Not even anyone.
Tô imaginando duas coisas. Ou o cara que tá salvando a Hope, que é essa menina aqui, é o bibliotecário, ou é o Zager que fingiu ter morrido. Que na história aqui parece que ele morreu,
Everything
mas
looks good.
pode ser que ele esteja vivo ainda, sei lá, mano. Vamos na segunda fita. Eu vi a última fita, vi a primeira, agora vamos na segunda aqui.
You know what? You know what? Privacy is dead. But somehow, I'm still alive. My it's missing. And someone's been in here. I swear it. I know what you're probably thinking. And yeah, I am paranoid. But you'd be paranoid too if everyone was always out to get you. I swear I put these pictures away before I left. And I scattered everywhere. Maybe was I just drunk? No. Someone was
No
here.
sign of the girl.
I can't stay here. Whoever it was, whoever messed with my stuff, they'll be back. I gotta leave this place. I suppose it was only a matter of time. Keeping a secret from the overseer is hard enough. Keeping a secret room, well, that's nearly impossible. I'm gonna have to burn this spot and move on now.
Another quiet night.
Still, this is a life, right? Show me a revolutionary who isn't living in their own and I'll show you a revolution destined to fail. Because when that fateful day arrives and technology betrays us, I'll be well suited for survival. I'll set up shop, string some tin cans together, and I'll start spreading that gospel.
No sign of the girl.
But for right now, I can't settle down. I can't. Gotta stay hungry. Gotta stay lean. Living in shadow is a necessity in my line of work. You know what it's like? I'm like that rat scratching around behind your walls. Until one day, you don't hear him anymore. And you sit there and you hope he went silent because he's dead.
Situation is clear.
But in your heart of hearts, you know that rat ain't dead. He's off somewhere, making more rats. Know your enemies. Now, I'm not talking about those that come at you with clenched fists, but with open arms. I'm not talking about that
Razorback,
creepy
checking
old
in.
Victorian on the hill with the rickety shutter and the murder crows perched on the roof. No, that's too easy to see. I'm talking about the charming Mediterranean split level with the 2.5 kids in the yard. The one that looks warm and inviting, and you don't realize you're in a frame until you step inside and that big door swings shut on you. That is the real House of Horrors. Not Derringer. Not Derringer. A blind man could see through his brand of corporate evil. I'm talking about Treglazov. I'm talking about his mouthpiece, Maddie Sade, a resident journalist. A woman who's literally in bed with the overseer. Or has been. People talk. Anyway. I
All
don't know
quiet here.
what kind of journalist she was on the outside, but she's certainly sold her soul 1,000 times over in here. And what makes her so insidious is that she's too damn pretty. She's the plastic that'll melt first and cause a grease fire when the revolution heats up. She tells her lies through a megawatt smile. But for now, she's more dangerous than Derringer or any of those masked chumps. Even Mireille and all her empty promises have got nothing on Maddie. Actually, bad example. Mireille has got something on everyone. I've seen the files. Huh. You know? That gives me an idea.
No sign of the pre-cal.
Acabou? Ah, acabou agora. Ou seja, não confio em ninguém, maluco. Tá um pior que o outro. Última fita. Me perdoem por tantas fitas.
Zager here. Today, all Prizrak were required to report to the reading room for a mandatory audience with the overseer. Wait, I'm sorry, correction. The few and the proud were pleasantly surprised to find themselves graced by a visit from the big cheese himself. His Majesty treated our hometown heroes to a few select passages from his manifesto. And after all the applause, he even sat down to sign a few copies. So about this time, I'm off. I'm wandering the halls, doing a bit of reconnaissance when some FOB Prizrak found me and dragged me along.
Sounds good.
As luck would have it, I had a manifesto with me. But it wasn't any old manifesto. It was mine. The edited version, where the pages are filled with righteous invective and disciplined truth. Like I've said before, my manifesto is the old man's death warrant. A summons for all the evil he's wrought into this place and beyond.
Everything looks good.
Well, at least it will be once I can crank out enough copies. I'm kind of running a one-man opera here. Where was I? Oh yeah. So, all of a sudden, here I am, being hustled up to the podium to meet the man himself. And before I can hide the book, he snatches it out of my hands, opens it up to the first page. Behind the mask, I'm white as a sheet. I'm waiting for him to look down to see my, improvements. I froze. And he just smiles, that big plastic smile at me, and kissed me as John Hancock, under the words, "Best wishes." So he hands it over. Off I go, and, well, here I am. I wonder if that smug Triglazoff could appreciate the irony of signing his own death warrant. I know I do.
É, as fitas têm uma duração bem grande, hein? Isso aqui eu não posso pegar porque já tô com o inventário cheio. Isso aqui eu não sei o que é.
One of the Prisrac's tasers.
Ih, peguei o taser de volta.
I can't
Everything
carry
looks good.
É, não tem mais nada aqui. Cara, o único jeito de voltar é pela passagem aqui. Mas será que o cara não vai me ver assim que eu sair lá? Vai ser sacanagem se me ver, hein? Ah, ele foi pra lá, ótimo.
Equipping P0.
Gente, eu tô perdidaço. Eu sei que eu tenho que subir e usar o código PIN lá na parada, mas como é que eu vou conseguir esse código? Será que ela já tem o código? Deixa eu ver se o infeliz tá aqui do outro lado. Eu acho que não vai vir ninguém daqui não. Esse caminho por aqui é o caminho mais fácil.
Nothing.
O infeliz ali. Tem coisa sem pegar em cima da mesa ali também. Acho que eu vou usar um spray de pimenta na cara dele. Cara, ele vai vir, ele vai até lá mesmo. Caralho, mas que merda, mano. Ah, tem um botão aqui pra usar, ó. Tem outro lá também. Tem outro ali também. Caraca, mano, como... Deixa um monte de coisa pra trás.
If the food was bad, the water was worse. Discolored to the point that someone must have dyed it on purpose, and the taste could only be described as septic. Were it not for my robust constitution, I would have succumbed years ago to dementia from all the lead and other heavy metals in that toxic swill.
Master was held prisoner on.
as our prison train crossed the Kama River into the foothills of the Ural Mountains. There, we passed one bucolic farm after another, every field dotted with plump Russian black-pied cattle. Never in my life have I felt so bereft. I would have committed the most heinous of crimes to have tasted the rich, salty goodness of their flesh. They forged me a pair of cold, gray leg irons to match the color of my eyes. A decidedly rare trait I believe I inherited from my idle mother.
Deixa eu ver se o cara tá próximo de mim. Pra ver se dá tempo de eu ouvir o que tá ali fora. Ele já tá aqui, maluco. Ah, o caminho que ele faz é por fora. Vou roubá-lo. Vou roubá-lo, tenho certeza absoluta. Se ele vai me ver ou não, aí é outros 500. Ele vai parar ali?
Reporting.
When we were younger, I'll check his pockets.
Eu tô com o inventário cheio, que eu vou roubar dele.
He's not. Carrying anything.
Ah, vai ser agora.
Good idea.
Carregar meu negocinho. Vou conseguir ver por trás da parede.
To my domain.
Ó, 1075, negócio 900.
Like
Sim, isso aqui é o que eu gosto.
their walls.
Mas acho que eu vou ter que hackear pra fazer isso.
We can recharge here.
Anytime.
Eu posso deixar os caras me verem mais vezes, porque eu tô com bastante spray e eu não consigo pegar mais. Porque eu não tô sendo mais pego. Aqui, pega isso aqui, moleque.
I'll be taking this.
Ó, peguei mais bateria. Ah, tem um
You
cara
found
vindo
me
aí.
a good spot. I hope they can't see me here.
Aí daí pra lá. Ai, vou ter que roubar ele também. Quero roubar todo mundo. Não vou roubar ele não, tá muito longe. Ah não, aqui ó, automático, já abre e dá pra ver todo mundo dentro da parede, ó. Aí sim, hein? Nem fiquei roubado agora. Olha o cara aqui, ó. Olha isso. Cara, que habilidade roubada, mano. Porra, mas vai demorar um tempo pra ele dar essa volta pra mim olhar essa porta aqui.
Nothing.
Eu tive que botar a câmera aqui embaixo. Só pra ver se não tem alguém vindo. Ela demora bastante sair da grama ali.
Reporting.
Fecha a
What do
porta.
you got?
This door requires a pin code.
Eu já sabia
A pin
disso.
code panel.
Cara, olha só, o objetivo tá mostrando aqui mesmo. Não tem ideia mais agora. Deixa eu ver se eu tenho algum documento. Ah, apesar que mesmo que eu tenha o documento, ele não me dá a opção de inserir número na porta. É o que o boneco acha que é. Ah não, a não ser aqui. Aqui eu posso inserir o que eu quiser. Vou ter que olhar um documento novo aqui. Só que são muitos livros. Isso aqui é só livro. Isso aqui não é uma coisa que vai fazer diferença. Isso aqui é só jogos. Vou voltar lá no esconderijo do Zager. Eu já ia olhar pela câmera se não tinha ninguém atrás da porta, mas eu consigo ver por trás da parede, então... Ó o cara ali. O som tá muito próximo. É o cara aqui voltando. Tá longe ainda. O estranho é que aqui é um museu, mano.
To get into the headmaster's office upstairs, we will need his PIN code. I don't have it in my files, but we can recover it. We'll need to answer some security questions first.
Tem que acertar 3. Em qual cidade europeia você morou? Cara, eu não quero arriscar, mano. Eu não prestei atenção na história. Vou ter que ler a paradinha lá de novo. Detalhe, eu acho que eu não mexi no negocinho que era de número 4 aqui atrás da escada. Olha o cara voltando. Não vai dar tempo agora já era. Sou uma anta, maluco. Puta que pariu.
Press rack.
Jura? Não vou gastar outra chave de fenda ali não, né?
Everything
Espero
looks
que
good.
não.
Heading to the vent.
Ah, já tá aberto. Ótimo.